Ryan, and I do music. I dabble mostly in metal, death metal, groove metal, some synth here and there, orchestral things, kind of piecing them all together. It's a culmination of a couple of genres. When I was really young, my brother really was the one who got me into music. And the first song I'd ever heard, which got me into death metal, was Christian's Southern Storm. I heard that when I was like 4 years old. And then that's just kind of what started it. And my family's always been musically inclined. So I started with the clarinet, and I moved on to other instruments like the violin, piano, more recently bassoon, and guitar and drums. I mean, right now, music is a hobby, and music should always be a hobby until it puts money on the table. So if you were ever thinking about starting music or doing something with music, have a goal with it, but keep it as a backup, because until it starts to actually do something for you, it's nothing. So my idea for what I'd like to do, and if something you'd like to do as well, is to go somewhere with it and like have it as a career. You want to make sure that you have a job first, because A, none of the stuff's going to pay for itself, and B, solely delving into your art, whether it be music and or drawing or anything to where you want to do an arts type field, is something that is not going to be supported just by you doing it. Because with music, for the first couple of songs you write, maybe you'll write an album, maybe you'll do a thing, you'll put it out there, it's not going to go anywhere. You need to come to terms with that your art, music, is going to go nowhere the first couple of times. It's going to tank. It's going to go in the garbage. So you need to plan around that. You need to build your finances, and you need to build your self-following. You need to get yourself out there and stuff like that. So for me, where I would like to take it is obviously to the career level. I'd like to play gigs. I'd like to write music for games, for movies, play shows, write albums based on theories or concepts that I have. So yeah, I'd like to put it out there. And if it's something that somebody else would like to do, you're going to have to understand that it's a hobby and you should treat it as such. It's hard to just name one person. If I was to name a person, it'd be Arjen, however you say his name, Lucasen, who is a one-man type of band thing. He has a super group called Arion, but a lot of what he writes is a mixture of groove and all their prog stuff, which I'm not a big thing about prog, but John Petrucci's solo stuff, not when he's with Dream Theater, but his solo stuff is really groovy. A lot of rhythm heavy stuff there, so that's where I sync up more as a musical person who inspires me, as someone who's like that, who has a lot of very groovy riffs, things like that. So, as you might imagine, every aspiring musician has to have their workstation, complete with a totally legitimate version of FL Studio. Absolutely legitimate. So, if you yourself write music, you should already know what's going on. You just make beats. Says so. That's already a song right there. And, yeah, that's where it all kind of comes together. I'm going to attempt to not sound like every other person who shows off their workstation, but you should probably learn all of these. In case if you're wondering how to do stuff, you should probably watch some YouTube videos. There's a lot of YouTube videos on FL Studio. Get yourself acquainted with the programs that you're going to use. Don't be like me and just make noise. Or be like me and make noise. That's what makes it more fun if you have to figure it out all by yourself. But get acquainted with your programs so that you can utilize them to the best of their ability. Like, for example, I don't know how to make a sustained note change pitch while maintaining its sound yet. So, it's a learning experience for everybody. So, well, first off, I have this pair of pants. Ah, there they are. These are my hot tamale pants. As you can see, because it has the sun with sunglasses on, and he's got flames and it says hot tamales on them. This is my good luck charm. So when I wear these pants, I always write good riffs. I've not written a bad riff while wearing these pants yet. So, smell good. So, get whatever mindset you need, whether it be hot tamale pants or your thumb drive or whatever you need. So get yourself in your own mindset, and then just kind of start futzing around. So pick a note. So okay, we've got D sharp. So pick your note and just make a chord. Ooh, get a little spooky. And then go somewhere with it. Just kind of don't think about it. The more you think about how you're going to write the song, the less, something's going to come out of it. You're going to put too much thought into it instead of letting it flow from you. So my work process is a lot of just doing that. Just do it. Just push a button and see where it goes, and then figure all about the semantics later. I would also advise, like in my experience, don't try and say, I want to write this type of music. Don't be like, okay, I want to write a bunch of folk metal, or I want to write, psychedelic trance music. I want to write this music. Don't do that first. If you're just starting writing stuff, just start writing. Figure out what you write, and that's your genre. Like me, I wanted to start a power metal band, but I can't write power metal. I naturally write groove death metal. That's what I naturally write. So that once you begin to figure out, okay, that's what I write, start writing like that. You may not like it, but once you've perfected what you can naturally do, you can start branching out into things that you can experience. If you ever have the chance to meet your idols, or meet someone who's been doing this for a while, who's been famous, take what they say with a grain of salt. They might impart something upon you that's great, but they also might completely crush your spirit. So, for example, I had a buddy who was in touch with a previous guitar member of Queensryche. And back when I first started playing guitar, I'd only been playing for a little under a year, he was like, hey, why don't you send me a demo and I will forward it over to him. So he does that, and the message that the guitarist sent me, or well, didn't really send me, but sent back to my friend, is just, well, take it for what you will. So I had sent him a video of just me playing whatever, just okay, this is the type of style of music that I play. So he sends back, he's not doing anything that gives me a gauge. It's nothing that someone who has played for a year or two couldn't do. Don't tell him I said that, but he appears to be a beginner. It's because I am. His picking technique is wrong, and his left-hand technique is also off. He appears to be self-taught. Now, if you're playing guitar, if you have been playing guitar, or if you're just starting a guitar, there is no picking technique. There's no such thing as the perfect picking technique. My brother, who's been playing guitar for 20 some odd years, holds his pick like this. Not like with the actual pick, but like this. Why? Because it's comfortable. It doesn't do anything. He doesn't get +1 to guitar by playing with the pick right. There is no right way to play guitar. I mean, there is, but for picking, come on. You play with whatever you like. Left hand, what feels comfortable for you? What can you do? Different styles of music play differently. So there is no right way to hold a pick. So essentially, the guy shuts me down and does not, analyze what I had wanted him to analyze, which is, hey, did you like the riff? Did you enjoy the music that I just put out there for you? It was just a 30-second video, but did you like it? No, he just critiques my style of play and tells me that I need to watch YouTube videos. So, coming from a guy who just started playing, thanks, head, I already know that. So, don't really, if you ever have the chance to do something like that, I wouldn't get too down on what they say, because obviously that hasn't stopped me. I'll pick any damn way I want to pick. Who's going to tell me how to pick my own guitar? Me.